Okay, today we continue our study of finding the y-intercept and writing an equation in slope-intercept form for linear relationships. So we've covered how to do it from a graph, how to do it from a table. Now we're going to look at 2 points again. So to find the y-intercept and give them 2 points, we are going to use the slope formula to find the slope, the variable we call m, and use the b method to find the y-intercept. And then we're going to write the equation by substituting the answers from step 1 and 2 into the slope-intercept form of y equals mx plus b. So these are not new skills. These are skills that we have been taught beforehand, and we're just continuing to combine them and use them to kind of reach our end goal. So let's go ahead and do an example. We have given the points or ordered pairs of -3, -1, and -1, 3. So if we remember correctly, the slope-intercept form is, or slope formula is y of the second point minus y of the first point over x of the second point minus x of the first point. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to make this first point 0.2 and the second point 0.1. So y2 is going to be -1. And x2 is going to be -3. y1 is going to be 3. And x1 is going to be -1. So -1 minus 3, which is really like plus -3, is going to be -4 over -3, and then this double dash is going to turn into a plus, -2, right? But we want to simplify that. So a negative divided by a negative is going to become a positive, and 4 divided by 2 will give us 2 over 1, or just 2. So next, we're going to take the slope that we just found, make that an equal sign, and we're going to substitute that into the y equals mx plus b equation. So we're going to use this 2 as our m. And then we have to choose one of these points. It doesn't matter which one we choose. I'm going to just use this first one. And the -1 represents the y, so that's going to go in the y position. And the -3 represents the x. So I'm going to put that in the x position. And then I have to do the math to be able to solve for b. So I know, bring this up to the top here, that -1 equals 2 times -3 is -6 plus b. And then in order to isolate that b, I'm going to have to do the inverse of at -6, which is +6. I have to do that to both sides. And when I do that, I'm left with b equal to -1 plus 6 would be 5. So I simply just take that information from step 1. I discovered that the m was 2. And from step 2, we got a b of 5. And so my equation is y equals 2x plus 5. And that is how I'm going to use the 2 points to be able to find my slope, find my y-intercept, and ultimately write the equation in slope-intercept form. So you have two GP practices, guided practice problems, GP21 and GP22, that are giving you 2 points. And I don't have workspace here, but you can add a box here for your workspace. We just want to know what's the M, the B, and the equation that you find going through that process. And that's what we're going to use to find, to write the Y-intercept or slope-intercept form from two ordered pairs.